Yang satu ini yang dah bungkus awal-awal lagi dah bungkus lah. Tapi in the middle of the road, before we got the product job directly, because we already serving as tier 2 customers to tier 1 product, and we had a big challenge actually trying to get the direct job from product, because during that period, 2009-2010. There was a 300,000 car recall from Toyota in the US because of pedals. And at that time, we were one of the companies, because in the US, basically when Toyota had the major recall, right? Toyota Group, Daihatsu is actually 100% subsidiary of Toyota. They had to do research on all the other vendors or all the other companies around the world that were doing pedals. And suddenly, in Malaysia, there was a small company, Shop Lot, doing a very major safety item part, and having no experience whatsoever, even after this big company in the US had suffered this particular recall issue. So the Japanese guys were so annoyed with the Malaysian Product team for appointing somebody like us to actually do such an important part, that they really gave a hard time to not only the locals, but not only to us, but to the local members about their decision-making process. You know, I mean, how can you be so reckless in appointing such a small company in doing this very important part? But and so at one point of time, I think my old office had almost all the board of directors of Daihatsu from Japan, except for the finance and HR. The head of R&D, the head of production, the head of engineering came down and had a meeting. I had to go out from my meeting room because our office was small, and there were about 20 of them together.
20?
Deciding whether or not to continue this project with us.
Wow.
And at that particular time, they had, after their meeting, they said, okay, fine, let's challenge these guys. If they really want to do it, we have got these 150 items that they need to do within the 1 month. So we were posed with the challenge of having to complete these 150 items within 1 month. And if we were committed enough and we were able to do it within their satisfaction, then they will give us the opportunity, provided in the next 3 months, Daihatsu and Product will send us a support team of experts. The picture I think you can see downstairs. A group of experts to continue our knowledge journey to understand how to manufacture short burst welding, which was very important at that time.
Now this brings up another very interesting thing, because it's something something the Japanese do very well.
Yes.
And their culture has a lot to be admired.
Yes.
And there's work in there, and
Yes.
there's quality in there.
Yes.
And if you bring that on board, you benefit tremendously
That's
from
true.
that.
That's true. Their discipline, their work culture, their persistence, and they are not giving up. And always continuous improvement. Kaizen. That is it. These are the 3 or 4 very core items that they have. And I must say, during that period of the 150 issues that we had to settle within 30 days, the last 10 days, we had this senior, I think 60-year-old Japanese team member from Daihatsu coming to look back, to refer and to record and to check all the items that we've done one by one. And he came to our office at 7 a.m. in the morning and left our office at 12 o'clock at night. And I had to deliver the report because some of the reports were not ready at the time when he came. So he managed to collect perhaps 70 or 80% of the reports by midnight. So I had to send to his hotel the reports at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which you did.
Which I did, and which he took, because he had to report back the next day at 7 the following day of the daily progress of the last 10 days.
And I bet he said that he came to my hotel at 2 a.m. in the morning.
No, the final day was at 4 a.m. in the morning. So for the first, the 10 days, so the 10th day was, I had to deliver, because he was leaving back to Japan that morning.
Got it.
So the flight to Narita was normally around 6 o'clock. So 4 o'clock is the absolute last time, because it was already on the way to taxi to the airport. So the last batch of the reporting that we had to deliver to him was at 4 o'clock in the morning at his hotel. And the grading that we had before this, of course, was a double E, I must say. That was the issue that struck the concern of
Okay.
the Japanese.
It sounds like kind of the low
the
side.
lowest of the
A
low.
low grade.
When they did an audit on us, when they questioned our equipment, they were
Okay.
questioning our design, they were questioning our processes, they were questioning our knowledge, they were questioning our everything they questioned. But the first audit we had double E's, and that is when they decided to say, okay, we cannot give this company, they're not ready, they're prepared. But we insisted to say, please give us this chance. We will do our best and we'll give it everything that we've got.
Okay.
And they came back to us, I don't think you can, but if you really can, these are the
Come back
150 items that I want.
Okay.
And if you can really do it, then we can consider after.
Okay.
And to be fair, during that period, they did give us the support and they taught us what we didn't know, and they
Yeah.
shared with us a lot of experience, and we learned a hell of a lot from that particular
Excellent. About
that particular period was a very challenging period for us. So most of our staff during that period did not go back home. Slept at the office, took shower at the office, see their children perhaps 3 days one time kind of thing. And
that's dedication.
it
That
was
is real dedication.
that was amazing. And some of our team members are still here today with us.
Remember that story?
Yes. So basically, this I think is the major turning point. And of course, after our Japanese consultant had gone back to Japan, the report came back the following week, double A.
Double A.
Double A from
Double E
from
to double
double
A.
E. So
Bravo.
So the audit was double A, and we are now ready to receive knowledge as per the standards of what Daihatsu is accustomed to, because the level of understanding of our staff at that point of time was at least at par with what they wanted to teach. You got to understand, before the audit and before the double E issue, we were basically communicating like the Malay term is ayam gaite or ducks and chickens trying to talk.
Okay.
We're on the different page using different language altogether, not understanding what is it that they were asking, and we were not understanding the requirements that they needed, and they were not understanding what we were trying to explain on how we control. And eventually we did, and we managed, and after that we had a 3-month program with them. They dispatched a new team of 3 people to us to be part with us for 3 months, and smooth sailing from then on.
Now, forgive me, Musa. This is you actually saved some time a little bit, because one of our first staff kind of questions is, why is Suria a great place to work? And I think you've answered that pretty well. We're going to touch upon that stuff a little bit maybe next time.
Okay.
But in the, let's say the 10 minutes or so to run, because part of our constraint is memory size.
Yes, of course.
So